What's going on, everybody? Lead Farmer 73 here. What's going on? I want to talk to y'all today about some mistakes that I feel that I've made. And the reason why I'm talking about the mistakes that I've made, because the way the world is right now, you may be thinking about doing some of the things that I've done. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes. To each his own, and everybody has their own style and opinion. But when it comes to actually truly, I'm trying to say this real smooth, like when it comes to survival or living off grid, what would I have done differently? I wrote down a few things that I would have done differently, and I want to talk to y'all about it. But for right now, trust me, you're going to want to hear this because you're going to hear some of the stuff that I don't talk about, and you're going to hear some stuff that you need to hear if you're thinking of purchasing a shed, purchasing a tent, living off grid. Few things that I want to talk about that I wish I would have done differently, and then I'm going to tell you how I'm going to change it because I am going to do things differently. Okay. Well, that's the plan anyway. That's what I would like to do. So let's say hey to everybody in the room. TLC in the garden. How you doing, my sister? Uh, Aya, how you doing? Black Gun, how you doing? G Cole, Sandra Gillard, Amita. Let me see. K Mac in the house. Old McMoney, how you doing? Jennifer, Edie, how you doing? Cynthia, um, Evie, how you doing? Holistic Homestead, how you doing? Christopher Jones, Rich Kid, how you doing? K Mac, second floor gardeners in the house already. So I want to say hello to everybody, Guava, and happy sugar-free Sunday. I fell off, and for my birthday, I did have a deep dish pizza, and I damn near ate the whole thing. And I had a cheesecake for my birthday cake, and I ate that. And now I'm trying to scrape about 15 pounds off my back again. So don't give up. Keep reading those labels. Make sure ain't no so make sure you reading those labels. Okay, things don't change. If you fall off, get back on and start it up again. It ain't too late. Okay. So with that being said, let's talk about it. How many people? How many people have a homestead, or you're planning on getting a homestead? Start. I'm trying to start this right out the gate. How many people either have a homestead already, or thinking about starting a homestead on raw land? Not necessarily raw land, but you don't have a structure on it, and you're thinking about. And I forgot one too. Let me put that on here so I don't forget it. Eddie said just getting started. Hold on. Uh, how to live out of a medium SUV? I don't know. I don't live out of a medium SUV. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't even know what a medium SUV even means. To being totally honest with you. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here. Said bought my land 2 weeks ago. Got an old barn on it and a creek and 2 acres. Congratulations, Eddie. Don't have one, but I do have a big backyard. Okay, that's not what I meant at all. Okay, let me just get into it because maybe some people just don't quite understand what I'm saying. If you plan on purchasing one of these sheds, these tiny homes, how many people are interested in purchasing a tiny home? Let's start there. Let's start there. How many people are interested in starting a tiny home? The reason why I'm picking this subject is because you may have to live in a freaking tiny home, whether you want to or not, coming up. That's why I picked this subject. Everybody keep thinking everything is gonna be okay. Holistic homestead, G code, okay, okay. K Mac, okay. Marlon McWashington, how you doing? Okay. Old McMoney is okay. Aaron Gray says fourth generation farmer. Every time I hear homestead, it's just a modern day way of saying small farm. It don't matter. It's just playing with words. Don't matter what you don't have to call yourself anything. The only reason I use those certain words is because they're relatable. If I said you're a grower, people won't understand what that means. It could be a farmer, homesteader, a gardener. It don't make no difference. Everybody got this pride thing built up on certain words because they feel like they're somebody is stepping on their professionalism or it's just it's ridiculous. People be tripping on that. Every time I say gardener, homesteader, farmer, you're not a farmer, you're not a homesteader, you're not whatever, right? Okay, I'm gonna just tell you, everybody that's starting and thinking about getting a tiny house, I'm gonna tell you something. How many people do you plan on putting in that tiny house? Because I saw a lot of people just come in and say, Odom's homesteading house. What's up, my brother? What's going on? A lot of people talking about purchasing a tiny home, putting it on their land. Your girl dad cooking. What's going on, brother? How many people are going to be in this structure with you? Just me and my husband, me and my team. Okay. About 3 people, Casper says. Okay. Holistic Homestead say, I still have 2 children at home, so it'll be you and 2 children. Army civilian, when you say two, it's just 2 people in the structure. Okay. G code, 2 people in the structure. Okay. Now the reason why I'm asking y'all how many people going to be in the structure, and I'm glad that you said your teenager, because that makes a lot of difference between is are these your 2 teenagers, are these your 2 babies around 5 and 6 years old, or is it a whole nother grown person? Precious SoCal Gardner, how you doing, my sister? The reason why, and I know everything is supposed to be minimalistic. Okay, a black gun owner says two and a toddler. So 3 people, 2 grown-ups and a baby. Okay. Uh 5 people. Okay. Let me see. And she'll be in adulthood. Okay. 2 kids, 2 adults, 2 dogs, 2 grown kids. So you're trying to put 6 people and 2 pets in a shed. The reason why I'm glad I brought this subject up now. At first, I was like, maybe I just biting off more than I could chew. Y'all need to hear this then, okay? This shed is a mess right now because I got 2 different kinds of furniture that I was trying to put together and I wanted to take a break. So I won't be going in the shed. If I do go in the shed, I'm going to give you just a preview of the size, but y'all have already seen that if you've been watching my channel. The inside living structure is 28 by 12. 28 by 12. If I had it all to do over again, it would be at least, instead of 28 by 12, I would have did a 28 by 16. 16 wide, 28 long. That's giving you 4 more feet over that way, giving you way more square footage, right? So why am I talking about adding more space but still keeping it tiny? Because it's not realistic. Hey Kia, how you doing? It's not realistic. Any If you have more than one person, it's not realistic. Is it possible? Is it doable? Absolutely. Absolutely. Will you be comfortable and happy? Absolutely not. If there's more than 2 people in this structure, it's not fun anymore. It's not comfortable anymore. It start getting a little annoying. It start getting overbearing. It's too much. 2 people in a 12 by 28, 2 grown-ups, you ain't doing it. You ain't doing it. Especially and look, I'm grimy. I'm to the grit. So it don't bother me none. I'm talking about people that ain't never even left their house, and they used to turning the water on and water come out and hitting the switches and the lights come on. I promise you, you gonna get fed up with that real quick. Uh, Eddie said, I just want to put a shed to start with weekend getaways. Okay, is it just you, Eddie? Because that's important. That's important. See, if I'm just in here, it's wonderful. If me and my puppy is the only ones in here, it's wonderful. When Lady Led comes, it's good. Okay, when Lady Led is here with me, it's good. But it's a shuffle. Precious says it's barely enough room in my regular house, and just 2 people. And that's the other part about this, is because we're too spoiled. And if you're spoiled to a degree of having that much space all the time, space to waste, then that's not a survival situation at all in the first place. But yes, absolutely, that's rough. Um, if that's too much space, I mean, not enough space for you now, you you'll pull your hair out here. You'll be this bald by the time you come up out of one of these. Okay, Eddie Morrison says, my wife, my 3 sons, I will put them a 10 up. No, okay. Uh, hey, Paradise Unplugged. Take it easy, okay? Take it easy. Okay. Let me see. PG says, I'm looking at 10 by 30 fully off grid. I wouldn't go 10 foot nothing. If you talking about 10 foot wide, don't do it. Do not do no 10 foot wide nothing. I don't. You must not know how much space that is. This is 12 foot wide. Please do not do 10 foot wide. Don't do it. Happy Mackin says, and when it's been raining for 2 weeks and you've been inside, you can't stand hearing each other breathe. Amen. Amen. You know, and that brings me to a point that I'm gonna skip down on my list. I got a list that I wrote. If I had it all to do again, I would still get a metal roof, but I would have them put plywood underneath the metal roof. There is no plywood. Oh my God. and all it take is a few drops of water or rain or something coming out of the trees. When it hits this roof, it's like a gunshot. And when it is really raining hard, you can't hear yourself think, you can't hear yourself talk. You start screaming like y'all been on my live stream when it's raining, and you can't drown that noise out. After a while, you're like, listen, either I got to go outside. It's quieter out here than in there when it's raining. That will drive you insane. Especially it's been raining for 7 days and you've been in here, you're going to leave. You're going to say, I got to go in the car and I got to go somewhere. It's going to drive you crazy. So I would say if you get a metal roof, if you get a metal roof, make sure that they put down plywood first and then the metal roof. And then if you insulate the inside ceiling, then it'll dampen that sound. But if you do not put that plywood down, that metal roof is like a kid beating on a garbage can lid trying to make music with it. I can't make this up. All right. So I had to skip forward to that one because that's real. All right, let's get it. Uh, Wait, let me see if somebody did they come back and say about the 10 by 30. Let me take this phone off of here because I can feel it heating up already. Let me take my case off. Hold on. I feel that mug heating up already. There we go. Okay. Where is that person that said they was getting a 10 by 30? Not sure what I did wrong, but I'm out, man. All right, goodbye. Let me see. And when it's been raining for 2 weeks, is oh, got that one. Got that one. How was your experience with sewage? I don't understand your question. Okay, here we go. Because I was looking for the person that said 10 by 30. Don't get a 10 by 30. Don't get a 10 by anything. Don't go no, don't go any. Okay, thanks for the advice at 10:30. There you go, advice. I'll look into it. Listen to me. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Separate the numbers. Instead of a 10 by 30, take four, let me see, a 14 by 26. It's the same amount of square footage. If I'm doing that right. 14 by 26. Same amount of square footage. Way more level, like you're getting on a Greyhound bus every time you come in and out of your shed. You're going to have to turn to the side and waddle. Somebody coming through this way, you going through that way. If you got more than one person in there, y'all gonna be dancing all the time. I'm telling you, it's gonna look like Patrick Swayze. You gonna have some mean ass moves by the time you come out of here in 48 hours. You will look like Kevin Bacon dancing. I promise you this. Because when you're in anything smaller than 12 feet, I wanna remind you of this too. You got 12 feet, right? 12 feet wide. You got furniture. You got cabinets. You got You got cabinets, you may have a sink, you may have a stove, you got a table somewhere, and you got a bed somewhere. Where is that stuff going in 12 feet? Where's that stuff going in 10 feet? Just so you know, if I can remember correctly, for instance, a queen size bed, if I remember correctly now, correct me, I think it's 54 inches wide for a queen size bed. If I can remember correctly. So that's 54 inches. So that's over 4 feet. What is that? 5 feet wide. Over 5 feet wide. So 5 feet, subtract 5 feet from that 12 feet wide. And that's all the space you got for that bed. Okay? That stuff is stuff we don't think about. You when you first walk into an empty shed, you think, oh, this is big. This is a lot of space. This is nice. Oh, I love living in this. Here's the problem. You didn't, in your mind, you didn't put no furniture. You didn't put your food. You didn't put your supplies. You didn't put about 3 or 4 people in there with you. You didn't put where your cabinets, your refrigerator, your stove, or however you gonna heat up, hot plate. You didn't add any of that in there. And now you taking a beating because you like, what? Wait a minute here. Uh, what's up, Bang? And I'm gonna go in here just to show you. Now, listen, my shed is tore to all get out because I have 2 sets of furniture in there. Okay, and I was in the middle of putting some furniture together, and they sent me the wrong furniture. They sent me the wrong parts. And now I'm scared it's going to rain, so I can't even take the damn furniture out of here because I don't want it to get wet because I got to take it back. So I'm like, I'm kind of pissed a little bit because I feel like I got screwed. Um, so if you got a 12 by 28, you got to think about that. All right. So we can move on unless y'all got something else. Let me see. There is only four. Okay. Harbin's Heaven says, we made an outdoor kitchen on the porch. Thank you for that. You're not going to always be able to be outside cooking though. See, that's where I had a problem at. You should be cooking outside, especially if you got lions, tigers, and bears going on. But there's going to be times where it's raining outside. It's pouring and the wind is blowing sideways and whatever else, or it's super cold. So when I cook outside during fair weather. I got one more thing to share with y'all about space. I would not. A lot of people think this porch thing setup is cute. I would not get a porch. This is a waste of space. I'm gonna tell you why. How many people got a shed and they put a porch on it? You got a little tiny home or shed and you put a porch on yours. I'm gonna tell you what's the problem. Your porch is an extra wasted 4 feet by, this is 4 by 12 wasted. So that's what, 48, 96 square feet of wasted space. Just so I can sit here like this. Uh, Here's the thing about that porch. I wish this 96 square feet was inside. This would be more space that I could be using for storage, clothes, food, furnishings, whatever else. I could have this inside. If you're planning to purchase a tiny home or a shed, hey Sylvia's Garden, how you doing, sister? If you're planning to purchase a tiny home or a shed, do not get a porch. I'm gonna tell you why I don't get a porch. Because the porch is so expensive. The porch is so expensive. When you add a porch onto a tiny home, you get rid of your living space, you waste your living space, and it costs way more for that porch. I want you to go on and any kind of website you want to and put together you a shed and put a porch on it. It's going to raise the price probably $1,500 to $2,500 just to waste space. I can't make this up. If I had this to do all over again, I wouldn't have no porch. This would be living space. This would be indoors. And you know what I would do? I would just build me a lean-to or a nice little patio porch right out front. It would cost me maybe, let's say $500, anywhere from $500, $1,500, whatever. But I could build it the way I want it. I could build it as big as I want because this 4 feet is trash. When it rains, I get wet sitting here. When the sun come out, I get burnt sitting here. This really is just for show. This porch is just for show. Um, I gotta be honest with you. If you end up building one or getting a tiny home, don't get that porch. You'll be sorry. You'll be sorry. It's a waste of space. It's just for show. Build your own patio or build your own lean-to. If you want to sit under something, you can build you a lean-to that's 8 feet by 8 feet square for super cheap. And raise it up and have it nice on a deck. You could pour concrete and make you a slab and it'll be cheaper, and then put you a lean-to on that. It'll be way cheaper to do that. Since if lumber prices is going up, you can still pour you a nice little slab or put you down some patio bricks, some sand and patio bricks, and have a walking space with under that lean-to. And you will save yourself so much money instead of going having this unusable piece onto your shed. It's unusable. It's ridiculous. I sit out here all the time like, now I didn't buy this. My daughter did. But I'm like, it it looks nice, but boy, what a waste. What a waste. Okay? So hell, you could even have a little wash machine in here if you wanted to, saving space. I say, let me say that over. The reason was not to have water inside. We have rain barrels, but to keep chicken out, we use. I must have missed something. I'm sorry about that. Yes, that porch is way more expensive, and it's a waste of space, y'all. For the people that's saying they never thought about it, it's a waste of space. Okay, so I hit on no porch. Get rid of that porch and let this four by 12 space would have been better off used inside, more space where I can work inside. Okay, I'm a touch on another one. Now, while we're talking about space, and this has to do with your budget as well, okay? If I could, I would get at least 40 feet long. 40 feet long by 16 wide. If I couldn't get 40 long by 16, yeah, 40 long by about 14 wide. That's what I would do. 40 by 14. That's what I would do. I would want that extra space. This is 32 with the porch. It's 32. So throw on another 8 feet of living space to give me 40 feet out. It don't sound like much, but 8 feet is a lot of space. 8 by 14, that is a lot of space. How many people got a tape measure? How many people got a tape measure close to them right now? Anybody? If you have a tape measure nearby, or you can go run and get it real quick, can you go get your tape measure so you will really get a real true um a real true grasp of the numbers when I'm saying them. Okay. Uh, Ghosty says, I noticed that a long time ago. The porch is a waste of space. I can always add outside space in front. Absolutely. And on the side. You can have a lean-to on the side. You can have a porch in the front if you want to. If you have a tape measure, go get your tape measure. And every time I kick these numbers out, go ahead and try to measure it out. And you will see, you'll get a real true idea like, oh, I get it. Right? Okay, so if you got a tape measure, measure out about 14 feet wide by 32 feet long living space, or 16 feet wide by 32 feet long. That's what I wish I would have did with this, and I would have been totally satisfied with that. Tasha says, I don't think a porch is a waste of space. It's truly what you want and enjoy. No, it's not. It's what you think you want. And it is a waste of space. You must have missed everything I just said. A porch, but a 4-foot porch. Look, sweetheart, a 4-foot porch. My feet is at the edge. A 4-foot porch is useless. A 4-foot porch. I didn't say a normal porch. A 4-foot porch is, it's like standing on the ledge of a building. You know, it's a waste of space. It's put like this. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that, because that could come off sounding a little wrong. For the money, for the money that they make you pay extra for the porch is ridiculous. You understand? That's where I'm coming from. For 4 extra feet of nothing, somewhere to sit at, you'll probably even be better off just going to get you a nice barbecue cookout table and throw a big umbrella on it and come out cheaper. You dig what I'm saying now? Go get you a screen porch. They super cheap. Nice screen outdoor screen tent and a nice cookout table and throw under there, and that's your porch. That's what I have down there, and I sit under that more. All I do on this porch is store stuff because I need storage, right? So for the extra 4 feet, it's ridiculous. Yes. Let me see. Say, wow, my studio apartment is 32 by 16. Just measured it, and 8 more feet long would be good extra space. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me see. I'm just trying to help. I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm telling you, in a realistic, I'm living it right now. I am here with it. It's just a few things. All I'm doing is give you a few things to think about, because I keep seeing these tiny home shows and videos. Let me see who said that. G. Cole said my bedroom is 14 by 15. It's fine to sleep, but for it to be a living structure, that would not work. Absolutely not. If you had to do it, you can. It's going to drive you nuts quick. Okay, especially if you have several people. Now, if now I know some people said they got 6 people and 2 animals and 4 people, a couple of teenagers, couple of babies. I'm just going to say this. If you got that many people of all these different age groups, you're going to need your space. There's nothing wrong with being in family time and the family being in there, but I'm telling you, for your sanity. You're gonna need a minute. You're gonna need to be in a corner somewhere by yourself. You know, you're gonna need it. Make sure you let me see. Let me see. Let's keep it moving. Here's another one for you. What's up, Rucker Homestead? How you doing, brother? Here's another one for y'all. I would never ever do this again. I would never purchase a shed with one door. I would never do that again. Ever, ever. My shed would have to have two doors, no matter what. All of these windows that's on this shed, one of those should have been a door. One of those back windows should have been a door. Do not, if you're building or designing your tiny home, that's the word I was thinking of, Veronica. Gazebo, yes. If you're designing your tiny home, put an extra door on it somewhere else. I don't care where you put it. Put another door. I got a door here. Put a door on the side and the back, whatever. Put another door on here. Um, for safety, and sometimes for access, and sometimes just for leisure. Doors on these don't cost much. When you add a door, I think it's a door is like an extra hundred to $150. Don't quote me, but it's something that is not even going to break the bank. It's not going to affect your payment, and it's not going to really affect your total. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like this porch. Katina said you've been waiting on me to add a door. Katina, you stick around. We don't got much longer because I got something I want to say, and this is the other reason why I'm talking about this today. Okay, I would have more AC plug outlets. If it was me, my daughter only put two in here. She only put two AC plug outlets in here. When she designed this, she put two AC plug outlets. That's insanity. In the world we live in, that's insanity. And having AC plug ports put in there when you design, put as many as they'll let you put in. Okay, put one on every stud if you can, or one of every other stud. Don't don't have no less than six AC outlet plugs in your shed, and make sure if you design it, go ahead and put the electrical box in it. Just go ahead and do it. They give you a little electrical box and it comes with one breaker. Go ahead and have that put in. It don't cost, it's like an extra, I think like $100 or $50. Nothing that's going to break the bank, but it's worth it. That's one more thing that you don't have to do. And when you go to one of the big box stores and see how much a breaker box with a break and how much breakers are, and then you having to put the man hours in and installing it, you're gonna be like, I should have just let them do it. Trust me on this. Trust me. It don't sound like much. You trying to save pennies, the pinching pennies, when you could be like, look, just go ahead and put that breaker box in there, man. Because you gonna go to a big box store, you ain't gonna know which breaker box to get. You're gonna be confused on which ones, which amperage, and all of that. You're not an electrician, and you ain't gonna know what to do. So you're gonna end up spending the money and purchasing an electrician anyway to put you a box in there. You could have just had the company do it. Trust me, it's easier, and it's easy to hook up to your outside electrical source. So make sure you put more at no less than six AC outlet plugs in here, and then no less than that. If you can get as many as you can get as many as you can get. Every doggone stud, vertical stud. Me personally, me knowing me, techie me, I would have put an electrical AC outlet on every other stud. every doggone 16 to 32 inches for me would have been a AC outlet plug because you need them all around here. Don't look like much space, and it's not. But when you're trying to power things, you got a bunch of extension cords all wrapped around everything. Trust me, get as many AC outlets in your shed as you possibly can. Go ahead and let them put in the breaker box for you. It's not going to break the bank, not at all. Okay, and at least two doors. Please don't get a shed with one door. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll regret it. You don't think you will. You think you can deal with one door. I deal with one door. And every day I look up and wish I had a door over here on the side so I could just come out here, deal with my electrical system instead of coming all the way up here, going all the way around the shed, going all the way to the back to deal with it. Trust and believe, it sounds like I'm nitpicking, but I'm not. Okay? So we got more AC outlet plugs. Okay. Now this one is gonna get you. This one gonna get you. I got the plywood under the roofing. Okay. This one gonna get you. I wouldn't put a door in the front like this. I wouldn't put my door in the front like this. The reason why we do that is because we're trying to make it look like a house. And with the door sitting here in the front of this structure, it looks more like a house, right? It doesn't look like a barn. It doesn't look like a shed. It looks more like a house when you got a window on either side and a door in the middle, right? Because that's the traditional look that all of us know and recognize. If I do it again, I will not put a door right here in the front, like to enter from the front. Nope. I know this sounds crazy. I'm gonna tell you why. I would have that door on the side. I would turn this whole shed to the side, just like what you see a traditional mobile home look like, and put that door in the middle. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? If you ask yourself, why does every mobile home, every what is they called? Not mobile homes, but I can't even think right now. But you understand what I'm saying? Trailer home. Why would they put the door in the middle like that every single time? I can tell you why. Manufactured home. Thank you. Why do they do that? Because this is another waste of space. This window, door, window, waste of space. Why? Because I could have wrapped cabinets around this whole corner to give me more space for food, more storage space, more square footage for the flooring. Correct. If I could have wrapped my kitchen counters, my kitchen cabinets and kitchen counter around this, I wouldn't have had to move my counters and refrigerator that far in, taking up more living space. I had to make my counters and cabinets go that way because you can't put nothing right here. Again, this is a whole nother wasted space. If I would have put it on the side, I got plenty of space over on the right side of this door with this big old wall where I can put, if you want your TV, whatever, all on this side. And then on the other side of this door, I could have put my wood stove, everything, that door. And then look, as I'm sitting on my couch, and this doesn't even matter how you design your layout. While I'm sitting on my couch, I can see who coming in and out the door. I can see out my windows. Now here's another thing. Say you don't want your couch sitting right in front like this. You can still have your couch sitting over in the other corner. Now you have an idea of, hey, I don't have to have my bed right here. If you put that door in the center of your shed from the side like this, if you put that door right here, your kitchen could be over in this corner. Now you have options where you want your bed and your couch and your bathroom. You have a choice where you want your bathroom, your couch, and your bed. When you is like this and it's very narrow like that, you run out of options because there's not that much space on either side, and you got a shotgun doorway coming through. Now you definitely can't put your bed right here as soon as you open the door. It changes everything. I've been in here now. What I've had this in here since last um October, November, whatever it's been. And I've been looking at every aspect of how this is wrong in every way. It ain't got nothing to do with my taste or my design. I'm thinking on a survival scale. If you don't know, thank you for that, G Cole. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. What about insulation? Should we do it ourselves? Yes. Said when I tell my guests my house is only 1,100 square feet, they find it hard to believe. It's all about the layout. It's all about the layout. 1,100 square feet is actually a nice amount of space. That's normal living. Okay, that's modest living. That's not even surviving. That's modest living. But most people got 3,000 and 4,000 square feet, and they think that's not even enough. Okay, let me see. Okay, here's another one for y'all. You ain't gonna like this one. You ain't gonna like this one either. If I had it all, let me see. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't get this style house. Let me show you. I wouldn't get this style. See how it's just peaked up like that? I wouldn't get it. Why did I get it like this? Or why did I help influence my daughter to get this? Because this is the kind I wanted. The two windows on each side, the door in the middle, and then the pointed roof, just like a traditional house. This is not a house. This is not a house. So it shouldn't be, how can I put it? We should separate the two. Are you trying to survive or are you trying to build a house? Now, I'm trying to survive. So if you're trying to survive, there's things that's missing. There's no storage space in here. If you buy the barn style, everybody hate that look, I know. I know everybody hates that look, and listen, it's not my favorite either. I'm not even going to pretend it is. Not even still, after I thought about the logic on it, it's still not one of the, I don't desire that. But here's the problem. Once you start realizing how much more space the ones that shape like a barn gives you, storage space, and even a loft sleeping space if you did it right, somewhere else to sleep, somewhere else to store your supplies and your food, it's huge. It's a huge difference. Um, if I had to do it all over again, I would buy the barn style. And here's another one, just so you know, the ones that shape like a barn are always cheaper than the ones shaped like a house, cause don't nobody want them. So you could supplement your budget, can go straight to the barn, which will save you so much more money that you could add more square footage to it. You'll get more square footage, more storage for either the same or a cheaper price than you would with the one shaped like this. right? So if I had it to do again, I would get the barn shaped one. I know people don't want to hear that. They like, ugh, barn, yuck. I would get a barn. I would get the barn shaped one. Okay. And before, okay, and I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna take some questions or suggestions or comments. Uh, before I would do anything to my shed, before I touched anything, no drywall, no insulation, nothing, raw, bare bones. They just delivered it. Before I touched anything, I would sit there for 2 weeks and draw out a schematic of exactly where I want everything. I would measure everything down to the doggone second and map out where you want absolutely everything. Don't just act and start building on things because you just found some cabinets or hey, I just found some rugs. Don't, don't, don't do that, because next thing you know, you're gonna be winding up with a bunch of junk inside of your shed and stuff that you know what you're gonna end up doing. You're gonna end up redoing over and over, redoing. I'm on my fourth kitchen table. Fourth? I'm on my fourth kitchen table because I'm just trying to be cheap and just trying to get something, but it's always wrong. It's not the right size, it's not the right fit. It's something always wrong every single time I buy a kitchen table, somewhere to sit, because I want something where I can work. I want something I can do editing where I it slash office. You understand? Your kitchen table is where you may eat. On an honest level, you're really going to be eating wherever your couch is, wherever your chair is. That's pretty much where you're going to eat your breakfast and dinner. Trust me on this. So my kitchen table is more for another space to set things on while I'm cooking. If I'm working, I'm editing a video, or I want to do a product review. That's pretty much what that table is for. But it can't protrude out into the walkway of you coming in and out of the shed all the time, or your normal living space. It needs to be up against the wall. It needs to be in a corner. It needs to be out of the way. But it also needs to be 100% functional. So my old round here, well, my old round kitchen table is out here in the yard sucking up moisture. And you know what I did? I spent, what is it, $29 I found on sale, and finally got exactly what I really want, what I really need, not want. Let me see. Which is this little bar table right here. You can't see it with all my junk on it, but it's just a little thin bar table. That's all I need. I don't need 4 chairs, so I threw away 2. You don't need 4 freaking chairs. You need a place to work, a place to eat, a place to contemplate, a place to do your business, a place to work. So it's kind of like a workstation. You know what I'm saying? It's not, that's all it is. I'm not trying to make this into a house. So that part you get lost in translation. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go back out here, and that just saved because my table used to come way out here. Now it's pushed way back there, giving me way more square footage to walk around, to move around. Okay, let me see. Um, I think that was it. Okay. And if you purchase some land, if you plan on living on land, and you don't want to go with a tiny house or a shed, which trust and believe me, I would say please reconsider. Please reconsider and go with the shed. If you have an RV or a camper, if you have an RV or a camper, or you're thinking about getting an RV or a camper, and setting it on the land to live in and to operate out of. If you have a choice, okay, take it from me, do not get an RV and park it on your land and operate out of an RV on your land for no period of time. Don't do it, because every minute that your RV is sitting on that dirt, on that soil, is ruining your tires. Every minute that your RV is sitting out there in the blazing hot sun, baking the roof and baking all the components on top of your RV is ruining it. Every minute that your RV is sitting out on your land, all of the moisture from that ground, that wet ground, is going up into your engine compartment and ruining all of your engine and your electricals. If every minute your RV is out there on that wet ground and on that land, creatures start to live in your engine, and they start to do stuff like nibble wires and break electrical things, where now your RV is not functional anymore. Okay, thank God that hasn't happened to me, but that's the problem. If I had to do it all over again, I would have never brought my RV here. I would have never brought my RV here, ever. With a camper, you get the same problems. The only difference is you can just you could just grab a truck and hitch up a camper and take it away. You know what I'm saying? You could just bring your truck in, hitch it up, and leave. You don't have to worry about whether a camper is going to start for you or not, so you can move it. So I would not purchase an RV and park it on land to live in. I wouldn't do it. I've done it, and I think I may have messed up. I need to change the starter on my RV, and then I'm going to sell it to the first bidder. Now I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let y'all have at it. Why they have products to protect your undercarriage for the RVs now? No, they don't. They don't have it like this. Not for no parking it on no land. No, no, they do not. Whatever they just came out with, you cannot stop mice. You can't stop field mice. You can't stop rats. You can't stop possums. You can't stop armadillos from living under there and making homes in your RV. No, they do not. It's almost impossible. No, they do not. Unless you could just park in something and lock it in and seal it up. Absolutely not. Especially when it's parked on grass and soil. Parking it on concrete is something a little different. Parking it on grass and soil, in the middle of the woods? Nah, no. Trust me, I'm living it right now. Look, I'm living it. I'm not talking about something that I don't know, okay? I'm talking about something I'm living through right now. Don't do it. And every person that's done this says the same thing. Now I know. I thought, hey, but I'm different. No, I'm not. Okay. So, with with that being said, I would only purchase a shed to live in, or to stay in, or to dwell in from time to time, part time. I would not purchase a camper. I wouldn't purchase an RV. If I had my choice, if I purchased some land, I'm gonna tell you what the first thing I would stay in: a tent. I would stay in that tent when I first purchased land. I would get me a canvas tent of some sort, whether it's a bell tent, I don't care what it is, a cabin tent. I would purchase a cotton structure and put up. If I just purchased some land and I want to stay on that land, that's what I would live in. I would not buy an RV. I would not buy a camper, nothing. If I couldn't stay in a shed and I couldn't afford a shed, I would purchase a nice sized tent first. Canvas tent only. Not one of those nylon tents, a canvas tent. Off grid what Rashad said, I'm glad we got the shed first. Yeah, because it's just too much hassle. Let me see. Thank you, Jennifer. Going up. Off grid said we got a small RV trailer after living in the shed for 2 years. But that's different because you don't necessarily got to leave it there. Now that's for your recreation. It ain't something you living in. Ain't no way in hell I would ever listen. Oh, it's comfortable. Oh, it's home away from home. That's not the part. It's the will this mug crank back up when you need to move it? That's right too, Grid. And your trailers start to sink into the ground. Absolutely. Mine sunk down about 8 inches. My RV was stuck in 8-inch ruts, and I had never moved it. It just over time, over that year and some change, it just was just sinking. I had to use my truck to pull it out of the ruts. What about the plumbing in the shed? What plumbing? What are you talking about, Bella? Swift says, I have an RV camper on the land at my private campground retreat. I would definitely go with the shed. Yes. No, absolutely no way I would ever do this again. If I had to do it all over again, I would never have even driven my RV here. I would have driven it here to have fun in it, like recreationally. I wouldn't have parked it here to be living in it because, you know, I think the moisture out here just help mess up the starter. Okay. So, do I have any questions, suggestions, or comments that we need to all discuss? We've been in an hour, and I didn't want. I'm just giving y'all some tiny home knowledge. I guess I'm going to say this since we don't have anybody really saying too much of anything. Is this? I'm selling this. I'm going to sell this shed, and the only thing I'm taking out of this shed is my refrigerator, of course, my bed. I'm taking out my refrigerator. I'm taking out my bed. I'm normal furniture, your couch and stuff, taking that stuff. But I'm leaving the kitchen. I'm leaving the cabinets. I'm leaving the pumps. I'm leaving everything. The sink. I'm leaving the stove top. I'm leaving all of that stuff. I'm leaving the bathroom the way it is, the structure in the bathroom. Of course, you ain't leaving my toilet. You understand that. But I'm selling this shit. Yeah, I'm leaving the stove. I got another one anyway. The one that I thought I was gonna put in here at first. So I bought two. I actually bought three, but I gave one away. So I still got an extra stove. I'm not worried about that. And the sink didn't cost that much, so I'm not worried about that. I'm selling my shed, and I'm gonna hopefully, if I can sell this shed, I'm gonna do a do-over. What about the metal roof versus the shingles? We talked about that earlier on in the video. So definitely, I'm gonna try to get myself a do-over and make this at least a 32 by 16 barn style with no porch, door on the side with at least two doors. So that's the plan. Any comments, suggestions, questions? If not, we can go ahead and call it a day. Anything I said today? I only wanted to talk about realistic situations. Let me see. Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you. No, I said I'm taking my wood stove. Absolutely. I'll never sell that wood stove. That wood stove is now part of the family. I will never sell my wood stove, and the chimney is coming out. I thought I said that. Maybe I didn't. No. My wood stove is going in my next shed. Why am I purchasing the barn shape? We discussed that about half hour ago. Okay, if you can go back and check that out, I explain everything, the reasons why, and everything. Miss B said I was hold on to it for storage. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is use the money that I make off of selling this to purchase another shed. I'm not gonna keep on going in my pocket and wasting money hand over fist. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to use what I got to get what I want. That's what that's what I'm trying to do. But Miss B, hey, Miss B, what is your name? Misbehaving. Oh, I get it. Misbehaving. Check this out. Keep watching. I want to show you something. This is for misbehaving. I want to show you something, okay? Hold on. Look at all of my stuff out. Be rich and what's going on, man? I want to just show you this. This is for misbehaving and anybody else. Wait a minute. Look around at all the stuff. All of the stuff on my front lawn. Did y'all see all that stuff? How many people saw all that stuff? Okay. In about, let's just say 30 days. In 30 days, you won't see any of this anymore, ever again. You won't see none of my projects. You won't see none of my supplies and my gear. A lot of this look bad, but I can't throw it away because I need it every day. Nope. You won't see none of this anymore. None of it. You won't see my tractor. You won't see my lawnmower tractor. You won't see my push lawnmowers. You won't see these extra chairs. You won't see these extra tables. You won't see none of my animal cages that I ship my animals in. You won't see none of my traps. You won't see none of this. My washing machine. You won't see none of it. Give me good 30 days. Give me good 30 days. I'm trying to organize everything because this is what I'm finding out. Let's finish the video with this. Let's finish the video with this. None of this video even matters. None of this video that we've been talking about even makes any sense, or does it even matter if you aren't organized. It's so easy to have stuff everywhere if you aren't organized. And I'm gonna tell you why. Ain't nobody here to stop you. You don't got no neighbors telling you you can't do that. You ain't got no nosy neighbors like, ugh, they all putting their stuff in the driveway. You don't have no HOA finding you, telling you what you can and what you can't do, put stuff nowhere, right? And you start getting used to that. And you start, well, I'm done. I'm about to get off my tractor and go get some water. Let me show you something. You see where I parked my lawn tractor? I parked it right here, the orange one. You know why I did that? Because I needed some water. I was, man, I'm dehydrated. I'm sweating. I did that a week ago. My tractor been sitting there for a week because I can just jump off and go and get some water and never come back. And after a while, you keep doing stuff like that. And stuff be everywhere. Projects be everywhere. You need one solid place, one or more solid place where you're going to do all of this stuff, where are you going to park all of your vehicles, meaning your tractors, your lawnmowers, and all of that stuff. Where are you going to have your weed whackers and all the stuff you need to maintain a homestead? And then where are you going to keep all your supplies like your rakes, and say you got extra stuff that need extra food and extra things, you need storage for that. You're not putting all that in here. That mess I just showed you in here ain't nothing but two sets of furniture making everything look like I lit some dynamite off up in there. So let me see. Organization is everything. Yes, Claudette said yes. Organization takes discipline and doing things intentionally. Yes. And see, sometimes life gets in the way. That's what this is. Somebody called me. I gotta leave, so I leave something here. You know. So it kind of goes back to having people help, delegating projects, help stay organized. You know something, locks and land. You're very true. That's very true. You know what else it has to do with? One, now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. See, y'all got me going now. I wish I was on StreamYard so y'all can come in, because I know Locks and Land Homes did one little piece of this. One of your main projects, if you purchase land, you got your land, and you purchase your shed. I'm going to say this and you're not going to like it. If you purchase a shed to put on your land while you buying your shed, buy you a supply house, I'm going to call it. Buy another shed to keep all your stuff in. You understand? Buy a carport or something to put all your other stuff in. You will thank me later. While you're buying your shed, you should also be including a carport. Carport costs anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500, depending on all the stuff you want on it. Right? You need. Don't try to buy a whole nother shed. Do this. When you purchase your shed to go on your land, purchase a carport, because you can slowly enclose that carport and make it a garage with no floor on it. Okay? I would show y'all my carport over here, but I don't know if the Wi-Fi is going to break up on me or not. Ladybug said, Led, you just described my life. Stuff everywhere. Well, okay. Stuff is everywhere, but now we need to start working on fixing that, because that's me. And part of that is you need, for the biggest reason why you let stuff go like this, because you don't have anywhere to put it. Grid Free Gear says, facts, I had to get a shipping container and I already had a shed. I told my wife, I'm going to put a shipping container off in my corner of my land over there. Them trees is still mine. All of that. Back there where can't nobody see, I'm going to get a shipping container to go back in that corner to help store even more of my stuff. My tools, my everything. You need something. You need something. Because this is not sustainable at all, y'all. This is not sustainable to keep acquiring things, right? And I'm gonna finish this. Last 20, what is it? We coming up on an hour and a half. Let's do the 90 minutes, right? Check me out. I had 2 garage doors installed. Get this one right here. Your tools. If you plan on purchasing land, you need tools. Did you hear me? You don't want tools if you purchasing land. You need tools. Man, that is an arrogant, ignorant motherfucker right there. I got a neighbor that's so far back in the woods, but boy, that's some disrespectful shit he do with that music. I don't mind somebody pumping their jams, but man, and it sound like garbage. Damn, that's disrespectful. To be that far away and your music is that loud, that's some disrespectful shit. Damn it. Man, people need to grow up, man. People want attention so bad. He got the loudest motorcycle. This sucker's acres away. You got the loudest motorcycle, the loudest music, the brightest clothes. You hurting, that dude hurting inside. Something. You need some attention. That damn bad. Good God Almighty. I'm surprised he ain't got a damn pompadour Jerry curl and a whole outfits like Prince in the Revolution in Let's Go Crazy days. Purple rain suit. Shit. Cause you need so much attention. You gotta dress like a freak. You sound like a freak. You need to be heard. You need to be seen. God doggone it, we out in the damn woods. I don't want to hear that shit. This fool is acres away, man. And it sounds like he be sitting right here next to me. He just started this stupid shit. I hope he get him a woman soon. Something shit. That's some bullshit. You got a woman, she'll tell you, cut that shit down. I'm trying to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You can always tell when a man ain't got no woman telling, you know what I'm saying, by his side. You can always tell when a man ain't got no damn woman with him. Because, you know, a woman, her nerves, we get on her nerves too quick. She be like, can you turn that shit down? I'm trying to sleep. You know when there's that, you know, woman get an attitude real quick, snap on you. Turn that shit down. Why are you acting all funny? Because you come in here blaring that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit on. I'm trying to watch my stories or something. You can always tell when a man ain't got no woman around, man. They be too loud, irresponsible and shit. There ain't nobody to reel them back in. Damn, that just drive me bananas. Hope he find him a big old woman too. I hope he find him a big old woman. Cause they don't be taking no shit, you know. She won't even tell him to turn it down. It'll be some abuse, man. Didn't I say turn that shit down? Don't come in here like that no more. The baby's asleep. Something. Get that big old woman pregnant and have about 4 or 6 kids so she can always say, turn that down, the kid's trying to sleep. Go put a soft muffler on that damn regular ass motorcycle. The kid's trying to sleep. You come up with all that damn noise. I'm sorry. Sorry for my raving. I just can't stand. This a grown ass, old ass man too. You too grown and old, man, to still need and want this much attention. You know what I mean? Yeah, put a soft muffler on that sumbitch. You ordered that regular ass, loud ass muffler from eBay just to make more noise. You got it off of eBay, and then you took the damn packs out the middle of it to even make it louder. You ain't got nothing but a damn Campbell soup can coming off the damn intake just so you can make this sucker loud. Just what's wrong with you? Need to be seen, need to be heard. Ain't about them. The people ain't about shit. I'm sorry for ranting and raving on my shed video, but boy, I can't stand that shit. I'm out in the woods trying to get my damn peace. If I want to hear a whole bunch of bullshit, I can go on back to the city and listen to all these weed whacker people all damn day. Trying to hear that stupid shit. Maybe I'm just getting old. I'm getting old because I used to do that shit when I was 15, 16, 17 years old, all the music and the shit. Man, I don't even drive my Harley because I can't stand the way it sound no more. I drive that Harley around a couple of blocks. I be like, damn, that's enough of that. I go park that Harley and I won't get on it for about 6 months to a year. Man, I ain't trying to hear all that shit. I start looking for a muffler that, can you quiet this down? Man, that's a Harley. It got the lowest muffler you can get. Man, put a pillowcase inside this motherfucker, something, because I don't want like even riding it. What y'all see me on when you see me on a little scooter. Everybody that keeps seeing me around the country, you always see me on a little Honda scooter, don't you? Because it's quiet. It's quiet. It goes just as fast as a Harley Davidson, but it's quiet. It don't look as nice as my Harley, but it's quiet. Sorry. Was I raving? Pardon me. Sorry about that, y'all. Lost my train of thought and everything. That just makes me sick, man. It just makes me sick. You know what I mean? I ain't got no neighbors, man. None. But the only one that's the closest gets on my fucking nerves. Like, dude, ain't nothing wrong with playing a little music. I don't mind that. But that obnoxious shit. It's Sunday. He'll come home 3 in the morning with that. What's wrong? And you can't call the police. We in the country. Where you gonna say you live at? He lives somewhere back there off in the woods somewhere. You can't. The police ain't coming for that. Out here, it's probably two sheriffs for the whole place. What you gonna do? And then the sheriff gonna write you out. You know your neighbor back there, yeah. He messed around and told us, yeah, you out here playing your music. You know. Ain't no discretion. He just gonna rat you out. Yeah, he said you one loud son bitch. He said, you might want to tune that down a bit. You know, I don't want to come back out here, Billy. Shh. Next thing you know, 12 gauge shotguns, I'll be having dead deers in my yard and shit. I don't want no smoke, man. I moved here because I don't want to be around human beings. I don't want to see people when I'm here. I don't want to hear people when I'm here. I don't want to hear no music that got anything to do with modernization. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to even hear no Beethoven. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear these birds, cicadas, frogs. I don't want to hear people, man. I don't even want to hear myself half the time. I just be here, shut it up. Me and the dog. I want to hear them chickens. I want to hear these pigs. I want to hear this dog. And I want to hear y'all on some of y'all videos. I'm not trying to hear a whole bunch of I don't, man, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm sorry about that. I know I'm getting old. I know I'm getting old because stuff be setting me off. Not just stuff be setting me off, but stuff that I used to do. You know, stuff that my daddy used to get mad at me. Hey, turn that shit down. Come up in the driveway, come through the neighborhood like that. Turn that garbage down. You come in the neighborhood, you turn that shit down. You ain't gonna sit here and embarrass me. My dad used to be that. Hey, come here, let me talk to you. Hey, man, you come in here now. You turn that shit down. I don't care what you do out there on the outskirts, because the policeman gonna get you. He gonna take you to jail for all that bullshit you playing there. But when you come in my neighborhood, okay, you ain't gonna disrespect me. You turn that shit down. As soon as you turn down to the neighborhood, you turn that shit off. That was my dad, man. My dad was a beast. And I did too. Soon as I would turn into our neighborhood, cut that music off. Because if I hear it again, I'm going to rip all your whole dashboard out. I promise to you. Your whole dashboard will be missing if I hear that shit again. I wasn't even playing nothing but MC Hammer. He wasn't doing no cussing or nothing, right? So, let me see. And I ain't got no problem with it. To a point, it's a level of respect, and then it's a level of disrespect, and the line between the two is thin. You dig what I'm saying? It's like, listen, I know I ain't gonna knock nobody listen to some good music, and he got the volume up a little bit, but he got some old church speakers or something. You ever remember them old church speakers where the woofer is blow, but ain't nothing but the tweeters screaming? Ain't no bass or nothing. I don't know. He trying to let Jesus hear his song or something, cause man, that it's so loud. Oh my God, it sound like I'm at a damn Al Bashir concert. Turn, and I got tickets right by the speaker. Turn this shit down. Yeah, them dance hall reggae speakers. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Not dance hall reggae. Nope. Not dance hall reggae speakers. Them Mexican speakers. Them Mexican speakers where they just start talking through one of them bullhorn. You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever been anywhere where all the Hispanics is gathered up and they jamming and they start shouting through them damn bullhorn? That's what that shit is right there. That's what that is. And I'll be like, damn, I don't understand nothing that these Mexican dudes are screaming in that bullhorn. The other Mexicans don't either. So I don't be feeling bad. I'll be like, hey, bro, what is he saying? I don't know. He just like to scream like that all the time. You know, every time he come, he go to screaming. I don't know what he's saying. Oh, shit. I thought it's just because I don't speak Spanish. Nah, man, he like to get on that thing. He started to drink a couple beers, man. He started to talk, screaming, it drive us crazy. We just dance, you know. Drink a couple beers, man. You'll start dancing too. So yeah, let me stop. Whew. Yeah, the Mexican tempo. Boy, then they kick in some of that, not them bagpipes. What is that? Yeah, what is that damn thing? They be squeezing together. I can't think of what. Accordion. Woo. Ooch, 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 ooch. With them little fluffy arms, the sleeves on their arm, man, they be tearing that shit up. You be trying to eat your little churro while you listen to that. You be, ooch, 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 ooch. You start having a seizure listening to that. What's wrong? Why you spitting out your churro? Why you rolling around on the ground? Ooch, 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 ooch. Shit, you can't listen to that too long unless you got to be born and raised listening to that. That will send you into, you will start foaming at the mouth and biting your tongue listening to that shit. Oh, shit. You got to be born and raised into that music. You can't just start listening to that. Just like you just can't start watching Telemundo. You can't just start watching Telemundo. You know what I mean? That takes some educate. You got to get educated before you turn on Telemundo. Shit. Like, what the hell is going on? What is this show? Shh. You can't just start watching Telemundo. You will leave there with your eyes crossed and cocked like that. Piece of your brain if you missing listening to that. Hola moles. Solamarando. Oh. You don't know what the hell just happened. Everybody look like they on the guiding light and as the world turns. But everybody sounds sexier for some reason. Tolamazunda. Matilda. You know? Damn, is everybody sexy on this mug? Even the bum is sexy. What? Let me stop. We've been on here too long, and now I see myself slipping into darkness. I'm sorry, y'all, about the ranting and the raving, but that shit, I'm sorry. Okay. I hope I was able to help with the shed. So for anybody coming back to see this and you go too far, go back about 15 minutes. Stay, if you want to hear about the sheds, go back. Go back. Right? So, I kind of slipped off there for a minute. All right? Everybody, thank you so much for coming in, hanging out with me for a little while. if you don't have any questions, or if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, leave them in the comments so we can all discuss them about sheds. Because I was talking about tools on your land is going to be another video. Okay, things that you should invest in, like now, if you're purchasing land, tools that you need to purchase before you even purchase the land. Okay, with that being said, everybody, thank you so much, and thank you for being there with me last night as well. Live Farmer 73, I love y'all, and I'm out. All right, peace.